How about Isaiah Pacheco, everybody? How about that? How about that?
Batting cleanup tonight for the Royals?
Batting cleanup? That'd be nice, yeah. I wish that third one would have gone out. I would have had the hat trick there.
Ever since you re-signed Drue, it seems like, you're kind of Mr. Kansas City now. I mean, just what is it like, embracing everything after this past season?
That's exciting to think I'm Mr. Kansas City. No, we just, my family, we just love it here. Our kids love it here. Yeah, we love this place. We're excited to be here for the next 3 years.
As you went through last year, when did it become, it seemed at a certain point it became obvious you wanted to be here past that year. When did that become obvious to you? When did you start to realize, okay, I want to do this in the long term?
Well, I mean, I think going into free agency, 2 years ago now, I mean, when you have a wife and 3 kids, you don't want to move your family around. And so, I was, wanting to be in LA and then obviously come here and fall in love with the people here and the coaching staff and my teammates. So I knew, kind of after training camp, I was like, this is fun. I was, finding my love for the game again. And certainly when you go on to win a Super Bowl and do it at the highest level, you certainly want to be back.
Was there anything, after being here, and you mentioned you enjoyed it early,
Mm-hmm.
after being here for a full year, that it surprised you that you didn't know that would be maybe different from anywhere you've been before?
I don't know that anything surprised me. I think there's a championship culture here, and that starts at the top with our ownership all the way down to our players, and it's very apparent. You see guys like Travis, who's going into his 12th year, and dude just loves to practice, and that's just uncommon. And I think those uncommon characteristics are everywhere in this organization, and you pick up on those, and it makes you better. And hopefully we can keep that going into this year.
Drew, how makes you say that Travis loves to practice? What do you see from him?
Just his energy. I mean, you'd think he's a little kid out there. Just vocals, body language, in and out of the huddle, running on the field. I hinged, covered him on an over out today. He's saying, man, great job on that coverage. What'd you see? Just little aspects of the game still, strike his curiosity, and he's always looking to become better. And you don't see that when guys are as great as he is and have accomplished as much as he's accomplished. I think there tends to be some complacency that can creep in, but you don't see that with guys like Trav and Pat and Chris and all of our best players. They're constantly looking to ascend and be great.
Were you surprised you saw that first from Travis last year? That sort of curiosity, all those things?
Well, I'd been losing to him and getting beat by him for a few years, and so I wasn't surprised. I think to be great, you have to have that. You look at anybody that's great, certainly they have talent, but it's that constant drive to get better and better that will prevail and keep you at the top.
Drew, we talked to a number of guys on defense, and they've mentioned for a lot of them it's either year 3 or year 4 in the system. Obviously, it's your second.
Yeah.
Just what can you see right now that tells you all that you all are advancing in progress, on the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, I think our ability just to play off one another, a lot of it's pre-snap communication, that's dialed in, and so we're just advancing in the nuances and the details and being able to do more things within each call. And as you evolve in a defense, you're able to do that and give the quarterback a lot of different looks. And so, evolving our disguise packages and whatnot. But it's great being out there with guys who have been in it for so long. You starts in the middle with Nick and, goes all around our defense.
Drew, did they tell you today that BJ got out of the hospital?
Yeah, we heard he slept in his own bed last night, which was great. And, he seems to just be progressing, which is such a blessing.
So how was that received when they told you that?
I'm very excited.
On the field, just for you, I mean, now it's going to be you and Nick in the nickel role, pretty much. Just how are you adjusting to learning the playbook from last year? Because I know for some guys it could be a little difficult to pick up.
Yeah, I think last year, obviously, having to be thrust into the Mike position for a large stint of the year, I'd call that probably the most difficult position in our defense. And so, at the will and at the buck, I kind of knew those things, and we're doing those things and kind of cross training. And so it's been nice to be able to focus a little bit more on that. I still have to know Mike, but it's been fun. I've been able to kind of focus on some more technique things and develop in my game.
Drew, have you seen anything about the Super Bowl ring and how excited are you to get that later this week?
I haven't. I heard it's bigger. That's the only thing I've heard.
Couple more.
When it comes to the chemistry and the team, how important is it to have guys like Isaiah that are competitive and they're needlers and they're going to talk trash and everything? It's helping to kind of keep the team on edge and trying to keep striving.
Yeah, I mean, the days get long. I mean, especially up at St. Joe and training camp, and we call them the dog days. But when you have guys who love to practice, guys who like to chip back and forth and talk back and forth, it just keeps the energy up, keeps it light, keeps the focus in. And we have so many of those guys on our team, offense, defense, and special teams. It makes it fun for sure.
Drue, I read in Sports Illustrated you were listed as one of the most underappreciated players. What do you think when you hear that?
I'm just trying to get better every day, and I hope to be remembered as a great player and a great teammate. And you know, you just got to come to work each and every day, and that story will be written, you know, when my playing days are done. But there's still a lot of work left to be done, and a lot, you know, left that I want to accomplish.
Just on the Super
Last
Bowl
two.
ring, I know that this is something that's happening this week. You're unique, right, in the sense that you're getting your first one. Just what are you anticipating when it comes to getting to see it for the first time?
I'm looking forward to an awesome date night with my wife out in the great city of Kansas City, and I'm sure when I unbox that ring, it's going to be special. You know, there's going to be a sentimental value attached to that you can't necessarily replicate, and so it's going to be a fun night with teammates. You know, seeing guys that are no longer here anymore and be able to reunite with those guys. It's going to be fun.
Last one, PJ.
Drue, I know you used to have the podcast. Just
Yeah.
do you think you'll ever get back to that? And then just what have you done over this past offseason?
Well, I'll address the second part of the question first. You know, we moved, new house. So a lot of moving, a lot of unboxing. Man, I moved 5 times in 5 years. Hopefully we can set our roots a little bit. But man, just done a lot of swimming with the kids, hung out with my wife. You know, just enjoyed family, enjoyed, you know, getting to come to work for OTAs. Yeah, it's been a great off season, and looking forward to the next part.
No podcast coming back?
I forgot the first. I was like, what was the first part of the question?
I got it.
We'll see, man. There's so many great podcasters out there. I had so much fun doing it. We had our 3rd daughter, and I went to that off season. I'm like, man, like we have 3 kids now, and I was like, my bandwidth. You only have so much time, and I had to hang the podcast up. But we'll see. I had a ton of fun doing it, and there's a lot of cool guys to interview in here, so we'll see.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Drew.